Hey y'all! So today we are moving pigs in the forest to their new paddock, and we have new chickens to take out to the pasture. And when we say that we raise chickens on pasture and pigs in the forest, that doesn't tell the whole story. So I'm bringing my camera along today to show you what that entails. So our first stop today is the brooder. This is where the chickens live for 3 weeks before they head out to the pasture. We load them into chicken crates. We put down some cardboard to avoid messes. And then they literally just ride in the back seat of the Kia. We wave goodbye to our house, the only home they've ever known, and we head out to the farm. So first things first, when we get to the farm, we have to move the empty tractor, empty because we processed those chickens yesterday. We have to move it from the end of the field, kind of back up to the beginning, and then we fill the waterer and the feeder and ready for new chickens. Once we put the chickens into the new tractor, we do sort of have to teach them how to use the waterer. This is a nipple watering system, and it's unlike the bell waters that they've been using in their brooder. So we try to get about half of them or so, and we literally take their little beaks and poke at the silver part of the nipple so that water comes out, so that they understand that that's where the water is, and then they teach the others. But while we're here at the pasture, we also have to do our normal daily chicken chores, and that includes moving every single tractor of chickens to new grass. All of our chickens get brand new grass every day. That's new grass, new bugs, new things to scratch, new crickets to chase and worms to dig. So we move all of our tractors. We also refill their feeders and top off their water. We do this twice a day, every day. So now we have new chickens in a new tractor on new grass. All the chicken chores are done. Now we head to the forest to take care of the pigs. So our pigs are a little spoiled rotten. They come when we call. They love to stick their noses up to let us scratch, and they'll roll over and let us rub their bellies. Like, seriously spoiled rotten pigs. And so they're actually not hard to move. So we literally move a piece of the fence, stand in the new paddock, and say, "Hey pigs," and they come. Literally, in the first minute that we did this, probably 2/3 of them moved over in the first minute. And the next minute, after having to call a couple more times, all but one moved over. And then that last stubborn pig, around the 3-minute mark or so, is when it moved. So in 3 minutes, all 15 pigs moved over. We closed up the fence. They were not interested in going back to the old side because the new side is so full of, nuts and new roots and things to explore. They love all of the old downed trees that they can, root in around with their nose and find new bugs and things. So they are occupied. They don't care what we're doing. You might care what we're doing. So what we're doing is we're taking their feeder and waterer from the old paddock, and we're moving it to the new. We dump the water that's left in their water barrels. We do this after we've sort of locked them into their new paddock, because one thing that will get them to come back to the old paddock is if we make a wallow. Then it's really hard to get them to move over. Ask us how we know. So we dump the water. It makes a bit of a mess, but there are no pigs in there to make a bigger mess. We time the moves to do them when the feeder is almost empty or empty, and that helps them move quickly to their new paddock because they might be a little hungry, and it also helps us move their feeders because it's empty and therefore lighter. On our way to the farm, we stop at the barn about half a mile from where the pigs and the chickens are, and we fill the water tank that's in the back of the car with about 100 gallons of water, and then we use our water pump to pump the water from the holding tank into their water barrel, so that takes a little time. We'll throw them a cup of corn, but again, they don't care because they're in their new paddock with lots of new greens and nuts and things to keep their attention. And then while we're both out at the farm, we go ahead and start putting up and clearing the area to put up their next fence for next week. So when we say we forest raise pigs, these pigs are literally moving from paddock to paddock every single week so that they can live the happiest, piggiest life possible before they just have one bad day. And so I just wanted to give you a little insight. When we say pasture raised chickens and forest raised pigs, yes, there's a premium cost to that, but it's because we go to a lot of time and trouble to make sure that those animals have the happiest life that we can possibly give them. We also refill their feederers Oh, we also refill their feeders